this is a medical matter. Look, 1 in 4 people have been able to quit smoking as a result of this scheme. That's got to be a good thing. But are vapes actually good for us? And if they're not, what on earth's A&E doing handing them out?
Promotion of vaping as a harm reduction tool is totally misguided. We are witnessing a troubling conversion of a public health objectives and corporate interests. Smoke-free England by 2030 have been done through consultation with a couple of big firms, and they said that they need England to be smoke-free by 2030. But if you look at the British American Tobacco or Philip Morris International strategy, they have the same exactly. By 2030. They need to stop smokers from using cigarettes and use their new e-cigarettes. So you could see there is a conversion between public health objective and corporate interest. Subsidizing vaping product with taxpayer money is something never happened. And if it happened, you have a problem because you might have a near general election and there's some money coming somewhere. It doesn't make sense. Right. It doesn't make sense.
Doctor, just before we bring in Max, can you tell me, I'm lucky enough, I'm blessed that I'm not a smoker, Isabel's not a smoker either, and I don't feel any desire to have a vape or to have nicotine or whatever, thankfully, thank God. But what comes first? Do these things, having nicotine and having a vape, does it make us want more, or are we born with a desire for these things?
That's a very good question. And to be very clear that if you start vaping, it's a full-fledged way for full smoking. It's not going to stop you from smoking. It's just you vape, you're going to smoke. Everybody knows that. The problem is that the lobbying and trying to show that vaping is much more safer doesn't have any scientific evidence. The World Health Organization said it's not true and it's a trap. This is from the Director General. And they said that it's a body of lies what they're saying about e-vaping. That's the only big international institute that haven't been penetrated by the lobbying group about vaping. And that's why the like of giant tobacco are trying to target the WHO and pull it down. We are witnessing a criminal act by trying to provide vaping in accident and emergency for patients coming in with a problem. They will block the lung. We have no idea what's the long-term effect. Okay. We know that there is 15 times more incidence of cancer because of the formaldehyde in vaping. I know that it's less 7,000 product than smoking, but still we don't have long-term effect. And we know about the formaldehyde and the vitamin E and all the other stuff. So do not tell me that it's safe. It is not safe. Yeah, and we have to tell people it's not safe.
Well, that's putting Max Marlowe into fits of giggles there.
Yeah, Max, I mean, look, it was on the front of the Times last week. We spoke to a government minister about the concerns about these vapes that have got all these flavours in and are being used by children, and we don't know the impact on their growing lungs. I mean, just replacing something that is unknown in terms of its harms fully understood with something that we know the harms with is surely not a good health policy.
Well, sorry, I seem to have fallen through Alice's looking glass here. Let's see, and let's get the facts right on this. Who is supporting the evidence on the safety of vapes?
World Health Organization, apparently.
Yes, the largest funder for the FCTC is China Tobacco, so the largest tobacco company in the world.
Yeah, but the World Health Organization say that these vapes are not good for us.
Yes, but Chris Whitty, Action on Smoking Health, King's College London, the Department for Health and Social Care, you know, the European Commission,
Hang on, that's not,
US
sorry,
government.
I've seen Professor Chris Whitty talking about the concerns of not knowing the long-term impact of vapes on young children. I've seen him say those words himself.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, he's right about with children, and it is illegal for children to vape. They should not be vaping. You know, but he is CMO of a department which is pulling ahead with a policy which is world leading. Let's see. Smoking kills 60,000 people a year. Vaping does not. There is no clinical evidence whatsoever to suppose that. Okay, it is a tried and tested way of getting people off smoking. That is the most important thing. What we're hearing from Professor Sultan is, you know, it has no peer-reviewed real evidence in the wider medical community, and as he should know.
But Max, I'm sure when cigarettes started out and you'd big Hollywood stars promoting it and whatever, saying how healthy it was and how great it was, whatever. I'm sure, as we know, it took years. It took 30-odd years or so before anybody started linking the dots together. Are we not talking about the same conditions for vapes?
I mean, maybe we are. I can't tell the future. However, what we do know now is that vaping is much safer than smoking.
Yes,
and
but
the
that
big
takes
public
me
health
back,
enemy
that
is
takes
smoking.
me back to my... So, I mean, you've basically agreed with my initial question, which was, is it really right to roll out a health policy that is replacing something which is known to be harmful, which something is unknown in terms of its harmfulness? I mean, surely you should only be rolling out something that is known to be safe to replace something that is known to be harmful.
Well, we've had e-cigarettes for over 15 years now, and, you know, that's quite long term. We know the health outcomes of these. It is much, much safer than smoking. So you can either do a cost-benefit analysis, which is really important here, and we do this a lot in economics, wherein we can say the cost of people vaping in the immediate and long term is low, and, you know, and the benefit is very high, and that's inverse for smoking. So, you know, let's do the cost-benefit on that, and we have our public health outcome, and it's world-leading. It's been praised, you know, across the board. And I really, and you know, the professor can shake his head. I've seen no citation of his work anywhere.
I don't want to cut
especially
in, but you are talking
massive
about
documents.
stuff that doesn't exist. You are working in an organization that's taking money from the tobacco industry. You are writing a consultancy reports and lobbying tactics from your organization. So how could you tell me that? You're the least transparent organization in the whole UK as per democracy online. So what are you talking about? You tell me that I'm wrong? I'm telling you what the WHO is telling you the truth. Even it's been paid. She's telling you it's bad. The FDA have already totally cancelled anything regarding e-cigarettes. So I don't understand. The only country on earth decided to go with this on a taxpayer money. It doesn't make sense. There's
Gentlemen, we've got to leave it there. Thank you both very, very much indeed.